Hey everybody, it is Nikki with Delicate to Gen Tarot. This is going to be a reading today for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of heavy Leo placements in your chart, or very influential placements in your chart. If you don't know your chart, you can always download the CoStar app, or you can go to cafeastrology.com and type in your details there and get it for free. This will be for the first 2 weeks of April, so April 1st through the 15th. We do have a significant full moon happening today. It's a full moon in Libra, also known as the pink moon. It was on April 18th last year. It was very significant for me. So you might be having a revisitation of something from that time last year now, or you could be having a revisitation of something from the end of September to now. Because I feel like the end of September we had a moon in Libra as well. I don't know, just for some reason I feel like it's connected. I also feel like we had a really interesting karmic cycle that started around that time that should be coming to completion around now. So, if there were any important lessons you were learning at the time, I think hopefully, you pulled something out of the situation and can continue to move forward with that knowledge. And if not, I'm sure it will be revisited. Be aware that we also have a Mars and Uranus square happening today as well, the 7th, as I'm talking about it. Really intense energy. It can feel very volatile, and it can be kind of like a pressure cooker for change. So there's a lot of rebellious energy. If you don't want to take that out on anybody, I suggest that you find some form of a physical or creative outlet to flush that out of your system or redirect it so you don't totally explode on somebody else. Yeah. If this doesn't resonate with you, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus sign, and if none of those resonate, then it's just not your message. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. By the way, I hope everybody's staying safe out there and taking care of yourself as well as the people in your environment. What's happening for Leo here for April 1st to the 15th? What is happening for Leo? We have the Knight of Swords in the upright and the Seven of Swords in reverse. This could be you or somebody else taking very decisive and quick action. It literally might come out of nowhere because the Knight of Swords is very fast. But it literally is either bringing clarity to the forefront, or it is kind of eliminating the multiple options that may have been in front of you. Whether those were stories, whether they were things you had heard. Maybe you had a lot of things open for you before all of this hit. And now it's kind of making you focus on one direct thing. But either way, I do feel like somebody here might have changed. Maybe it was you, maybe it was somebody else, but I feel like a mask is coming off. Very interesting. Yeah, I feel like a mask is coming off here. So let's see what's blocking you. What's blocking Leo for April 1st to the 15th? We have Ace of Cups, and we have the Sun in reverse. I think what might be blocking you is there might be some form of like actual physical emotion that you need to be expressing right now. I think it's almost like you need to go ahead and let it out. Whatever happened in the past, you need to physically release that in order to get a brand new beginning. Because when I see the Sun in reverse, it's almost like, you may have not had a lot of clarity around this. You may have never experienced clarity around the situation. And honestly, you just might have been feeling very depressed or overwhelmed or stressed through the process of trying to discover what the clarity was that you could find in the situation. But I think at the end of the day, it really is about you connecting to your heart and what it is that you trust and you know. If you have feelings, you know, about somebody and you feel like they will be returning to your life at some point in time, then stay in the belief of that. But either way, it's about you maintaining an open heart through even the most trying of circumstances. It's about forgiveness. It's about release. It's about acceptance. And I think maybe, you know, if you're really wanting this clarity, I think it starts there. So let's see what's happening in your subconscious. I mean, this could also be somebody who's very afraid of opening their heart to you because of maybe stuff that they're dealing with right now as well. Subconscious, we do have the devil. So there might still be something that you feel has control over you in your life, whether it's an addiction issue, whether it's literally just feeling like you have to be in control, or you're feeling like there are things outside of you that are affecting or impacting your ability to move forward. It could even just be needing to look at the darker aspects of yourself and maybe how they block out your ability to fully engage with something from your heart. And then we have the artist. So yeah, I feel like you can take a lot from what your experiences has been, and you can take a lot from these intense emotions and darker aspects of yourself that you may be feeling or feeding into, and you can actually use it as a creative outlet. This is, to me, this is very, very, very Mars squaring Uranus energy. Even though the devil usually is represented by Capricorn, I feel like Mars, considering it's, you know, the god of like war and sex, I feel like the devil is perfect in that aspect. It's you know, the devil is conflict. It is carnal pleasure. It is sexual energy. So I feel like there's something you need to be doing with this energy in order to create, or what it is that you've been envisioning, because there's something here that's, you know, you've kind of gone through this really interesting process of either awakening or becoming more aware of things outside of yourself that have helped you see things in a bigger picture or a bigger spectrum. And even though it may not have brought full clarity to you on a specific incident or situation, I feel like you're getting there. And I feel like it's part of what this creative energy is. I feel like a lot of things are about to come full circle for you. So let's see what happened in the recent past here. In the recent past, we had the 3 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. You might have been waiting for some sort of resolve around a conflict or a conflicting issue. You know, maybe you might have been wondering when it was going to end. You might have also been waiting on somebody else to make a decision. And maybe the issue is that, you know, you were kind of looking out at the expanse and going, all right, you know, there's so much more ahead of me, and like, I'm just going to wait for the other person to get here before I embark on that journey. And then the other person was caught in conflict. So they were always tied up with arguing with other people, and they could never make the journey to you. Whether that was conflict with other people, conflict with their own emotions, their own desires, their own wants, their own needs. Let's see what's happening in your higher self here. We have the 6 of Pentacles, so I do feel like you're in a place of really nice balance in terms of giving and receiving. I don't feel like you're giving too much of your energy to this anymore. But I feel like you are trying to, you know, give to others, or give to yourself, or give to your business plans or your creative endeavors, or even like your own health. And then we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, it's really helping you get out of that feeling of being stuck. Let's see what's happening in your near future. We have the Lovers. I told you something's about to come full circle for you. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. You could be revisiting the investments that you've made, or maybe somebody else is coming to revisit the investment, or acknowledging the investments that you had made in the situation. Let's see what's happening in your emotional sector. In the emotional sector, we do have the Tower. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world right now, so you're probably feeling a bit of an upheaval, or you know, watching the things that you built upon, maybe kind of, you know, you're looking and you're seeing where your foundations were faulty and where they were strong. I think this is a great time for you to look at all of that and really decide when you're able to move forward, what you're going to invest in and what you won't. We also have the Ace of Swords in reverse, so yeah, there are some things being cut out or removed out of your life. These could even be mental processes. They could be the way in which your perception was. It doesn't necessarily have to be things. It really is about higher aspects of truth. And then we have the Well, so there's that connective energy. I feel like you can feel that there's still more that's coming. I think you can feel that there's still something on the horizon, and I think it honestly might be attached to what is happening in the near future with the Lovers and the Seven of Pentacles. So let's see what's happening around you. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody might be feeling very financially unstable. We have the World. I think they're bringing a lot of things in their life to an end. I think there's a lot of karmic completion happening around them. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and it's quite possible that they may have you in mind. Once these completions have happened, we'll do some clarifiers on that. But I think they're tired of not being stable. I think they're tired of not having any stability in their life, especially with the King of Pentacles in reverse in the World, because it's almost like maybe that's been the lesson, right? Maybe they've constantly sought after situations, people, places, things that didn't have a lot of stability attached to them. It might have even been the illusion of stability. But I also kind of feel like wherever they were getting their finances, it wasn't due to their hard work, it was due to other people. And I think they're starting to realize that. Because when I see the King of Pentacles in reverse, to me it's somebody who swindles people. I mean, I'm not saying that this person is a con artist, but it's just this energy of like, you know, it's not about how they can profit off of what they invest in or how they can profit out of what they do. It's about finding material success and need through others or through what others can give them. So let's see what's happening in your hopes and fears here. We have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So there's some hopes and fears or trepidation around communication for sure. I think it's almost like, you know, I feel like if the communication continues to simply be on the periphery and it doesn't get to the heart of the issue, then either one of you or both of you is going to continue to have your guard up. Because it's kind of like, you know, I'm done with like the chit chat, like I'm done with not tackling what it is that needs to be tackled. And until we get to that place, I'm going to keep myself guarded. Because I know that there's more going on to what meets the eye. Let's clarify the far-reaching outcome. Not clarify, what's the far-reaching outcome and advice here? We have the Two of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Somebody could be finally making a choice to come meet you at that Three of Wands place. Six of Cups. Yep, this is a reconnection from somebody from your past. It could be a very deep, strong soulmate bond. And then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody might be having to think of distancing or moving away with the Six of Swords from someone who... I don't really feel like there's been that much time invested in this person. I mean, this person might have financial issues as well. Are they attributed to, you know, this person's inability to have stability? But it's almost like this thought process of, is this willing, like, is this worth investing in? If I invest in this, is it going to lead to more of the same? And I think that that's the cycle that needs to be ended. So you're definitely dealing with somebody who's dealing with someone else. And if that's not the case, then this is about whether or not you're going to move forward on a particular contract or a financial investment. There's a lot of warring feelings here. So let's clarify the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah. We have the Emperor in reverse. This very well could be a really intense connection. Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Cups reverse. So I think that there was somebody here who was really done with either being an option or consistently being juggled by another individual. I also don't think an apology was ever really made here. You know, I feel like there could have been an instance where there was healing that took place at one point in time of like a reconnection, but it never went anywhere. Possibly because there was another person involved. So let's clarify the Devil and the Artist. Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse. So yeah. I think somebody's definitely been distracted here. They were really distracting themselves from their healing due to whatever this offer, this opportunity that was made from another individual. I don't really think it's grounded in reality either. It's grounded more in the materialistic realm. You know, very, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of thing. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords here. We have the Magician. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. It's almost like when you start focusing on yourself and you start focusing on your own stability, there's something about that that shifts the energy in this connection with this individual. Like as soon as you're free of the anxiety and as soon as you're free of the worry, you're free of the, like, having your focus on them, that's when they seem to do a U-turn. I think this has happened a couple of times because there's a lot of eights here. Let's clarify the Lovers and the Seven of Pentacles for the near future. Let's clarify the Lovers here in the near future. Yeah, we have the World. Somebody's making a very, very impactful choice. Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Yep. Four of Pentacles. Ten of Swords, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Somebody's becoming very enlightened to what it was that they weren't changing. And I think now that change is imminent. It's inevitable. It's literally being forced. So I think there's a lot of release happening here. I think there's a lot of release, a lot of recalibrating and redirecting. For a new beginning to take place. Let's clarify the Tower with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Well. The Empress. I'm telling you, this is a really strong connection. To have the Emperor and the Empress show up with the Lovers, this is kind of, and the Six of Cups. This is a really intense connection. I don't think that this is a bond that can necessarily be broken. I mean, it may be able to be broken in the physical, but I think you're really coming into your own of who you are, and I think you're really understanding how to move through life in a different way, in a different perspective. I think you're really stepping into possibly becoming more financially successful. Maybe even within your own environment, becoming more nurturing, more loving, more open. Yeah, Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. I think you're kind of about to experience a crowning achievement here. Either within your environment, from other people, within your business, within yourself, or within this situation. I've been getting this for months. So let's clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse here. Yeah, death. There's a big change coming. Death to the old ways. Let's clarify the World. The Lovers reversed. The Ace of Cups reversed. And the Five of Wands. Definitely leaving behind any sort of emotionally unfulfilling situation on this other person's end. I think they're bringing an end to a short-term experience in their life. And then the Queen of Wands. I do think that whatever the connection was that they had, I do think it was possibly karmic in nature. Like, it was brought in to help teach them lessons, either about themselves or about the way that they relate in a relationship. But it came to show them something about themselves, because with death there, that's a huge transformation in the way that their perception is. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands here. Page of Swords. The Queen of Wands, or you, is definitely the person that's on their mind. They're really wanting to communicate. King of Swords in reverse, but they don't quite know how to say it yet. They're not there where they understand how to articulate something yet. It's also quite possible that they could have somebody either gaining information about you, not in like a creepy way, but it's almost like through people they find out stuff about you. They could even just be looking at you on their own. So let's clarify the Two of Wands and the outcome. Let's clarify the Two of Wands here. We have the Fool in reverse. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Page of Wands in reverse. Let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Swords. There is definitely something here that's going to be cut out of someone's life. I think they could possibly be feeling foolish now for the direction that they went in. They were possibly also very emotionally overwhelmed at that time, or they were going through a lot. The lines could have been quite blurred with how they were feeling. They also could have, you know, Queen of Cups, any Cups suit in reverse is usually somebody who has experiences with either some sort of mental discomfort, emotional discomfort, or means of escapism through not being sober. But with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Swords in the upright, I do feel like there's some realizations that are happening here that they were going in the wrong direction. And they're seeing now that that direction is not going to be successful, because I actually think they're feeling very impacted financially right now by whatever decisions they have made. And I feel like they wish they could go back in time and change the choice or the course, or whatever the choice it is that they made. They could have gone in a different direction that would have been more successful, and they said no. So I think they're cycling back to that idea. And now they're seeing the truth. So I'm going to pull some clarification cards really quick. Show me what's happening for Leo here. Give me some clarification. We have forgive, so I do think forgiveness is on the horizon. Like I was saying, I think it's up to you to live from an open heart and to not allow lack of clarity to keep you from having clarity. All it takes is a little bit of forgiveness. We have love. I do think the core of this is love. love for another. I think you guys both have deep, deep, profound love for each other. I just think you both had separate lessons to learn, and the universe. What did I say? This is a really intense connection. And abundance. I think you're moving into a new level of abundance. I think this person is starting to realize what they need to do that. Hopefully they can make the changes in order to acquire it. But I do think that this is a connection that definitely transcends time and space. There's going to be moves being made by the universe, I think, on everyone's behalf in this situation, because I think at the core of everything there needs to be forgiveness and love here in order to find a new beginning with one another. Open up your heart. Forked tongue, be careful of what it is that you say and how you say it. Also, I think be careful if you are hearing any gossip. And then we have coming up roses. I think that there's going to be a very fortunate outcome at the end of all of this. And the final 3 cards from the deck of character. We have elves. There's those little helpers on behalf of the universe helping you out. We have flower. That's the blossoming of something beautiful. Oh, and we have the world. So there's going to be a lot of completion happening here. There's going to be a lot of fulfillment in this experience. I'm going to pull one more. Give me one more card here. And then we have mother. I think at the heart of this, there might have been issues around a mother figure and knight. So there's that messenger. I think, oh, and broken heart. Oh, yeah, okay. So I do feel like the mother could be the core issue in this. Maybe this person was abandoned by their mother at a young age, or didn't really have the a very stable mother figure, and I think it really impacted the way that they see how relationships work, or even how they give or receive love. I don't know if they really know what love looks like, and that's because they never really saw it when they were growing up. I think this has really challenged them through the process of aging in their life, and I think that they've had issues with multiple relationships. I think they often choose women that reflect similar energy to their mother, so people who are disconnected, who don't really show love in a proper way, and I think they're learning how to finally receive love in a different way. And I think it's why they're going to be coming back around, because now they're kind of seeing everything for what it is, and I think there's going to be some really beautiful moments in this reconnection or this situation. So, good reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. If this resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below. Check out my description box. I have links to every deck that I use here down there. Most of these decks are created by independent artists. So if you would like to support them, go check their stuff out. And there's finally a link to my website where you can book a reading with me if you feel like you need to have a reading with me. I really love focusing on the healing component of the journey within this. So if you are experiencing some stuff right now, I would love to help you or work with you. I am open if you are financially impacted by what's going on in the world right now. I am more than happy to work with you on pricing or what it is that you can afford. So like I said, thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys are doing all right out there, and just stay safe. I'll see you next time.